Alrighty, folks, you know I'm feeling great on a Saturday morning because Chairman members cashed in on 5 different premium selections on my premium site yesterday. We had the Magic, Bucks, Sixers over in the Red Wings game. We also hit on a 2-leg parlay. And the only way you could access all of those winners is to join my full access, all-inclusive Chairman package. Chairman members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on the free video and what I do on my premium page. Well, what I do here on the free video is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. And what I do on my premium page is, well, I actually share with you which one of these free plays I actually like the best. Now, if you don't need access to all of my premium selections, but maybe you could use just like one a day, you may want to think about signing up for my $1.99 daily best play. It costs just $1.99 for 30 days of service. You're going to get access to one premium selection of mine every single day for the next 30 days. The math works out to be just 6 cents a day. I'm currently 5-0 in my last 5 daily best plays, 4-0 with a push in my last 5 underdog tier package picks. And finally, folks, I'm now hitting at 90% in my last 23 Chairman package plays on my premium page. And the good news is, I had plays going off in all of those memberships here today. The site is patreon.com/BrockPage. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into some free content. We're going to start off with the Heat at the Jazz, 5 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Miami's the 1.5-point favorite on the road, totals 227 and a hook. And I'll tell you, I know their injury list is kind of messy right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if Miami grinds out a win here tonight. They've already won their last 4 straight, and they've been like impossible to score against when they travel. Matter of fact, the Heat's given up fewer points a game on the road than any other franchise in the NBA, and they're facing a Utah team on the other side who doesn't shoot it all too well themselves. These guys are in the bottom 5 in the NBA in offensive field goal percentage. And even worse has been their defensive play. The Jazz are giving up just about 120 points a game. Now, injury-wise, Lowry, Butler, Richardson, Martin, and Jaquez are questionable for the Heat. That's why you're seeing such a short number here. Having said that, though, it's actually Tyler Hero who leads the roster in scoring, 42% shooting from three-land. Meanwhile, Bam Adebayo is scoring over 21.5 points a game. He's also grabbing double-digit boards. Now, 3 out of Miami's last 4 out-of-conference road games got over the total. Meanwhile, Utah is currently 75% to the over against the Eastern Conference themselves. Give me the Heat minus 1.5 over 227 and a hook. All right, next contest, Raptors, Pistons, 6 o'clock East. Toronto's minus 4, totals 230. And as lackluster as Toronto's been recently, well, hey, let's call a spade a spade. They're facing an historically bad Detroit team. The Pistons tied the Sixers for the longest losing streak in NBA history. Detroit's officially 2-29 on the season, and they're fouling nearly 30 times a game. I believe that's on defense. On the offensive side, it's the worst three-point shooting team at home in the game, and they're facing a Toronto team who does play some tough defense in certain spots here. For instance, their defensive rebounding has been really good. They're in the top 5 in the East in defensive boards per game on the road. Scotty Barnes, he's averaging just about double-digit rebounds a game, 21 points per contest as well for Barnes. Meanwhile, Pascal Siakam's the team leader in scoring. Now, injury-wise, Koloko's still out for the Raptors. Temple is doubtful. Meanwhile, for Detroit, Morris and Stewart, They're inactive for the Pistons. Now, total-wise, Detroit, their last 3 straight got over the total, 7-2 to the over in their last 9. Meanwhile, Toronto went 6-3 to the over in their last 9 themselves. Give me the Raptors -4 over 230. Next game, Knicks, Pacers, 7 o'clock East. Indiana's -3.5, totals 247. Now, the Pacers should be able to take care of business at home here. They're the highest scoring team in the NBA, and they did get the W in their last 2 straight. Tyrese Halliburton, he's the highest scorer on the roster, league leader in assists. Meanwhile, Buddy Hield, he's drilling nearly 40% of his attempts from 3-land. Now, they're facing a Knicks team on the other side who dropped 3 out of their last 4, and they have a losing record on the road. And when it comes to shooting the basketball, well, the Knicks, they're not precise. And what I mean by that is they're a bottom 10 field goal shooting team. Now, injury-wise, Robinson and Sims are inactive for the Knicks. Isaiah Jackson could potentially suit up for Indy. He's officially day-to-day. Now, the Pacers are 11-4 to the over in their own building, 21-10 to the over anywhere. Meanwhile, the Knicks went 60% to the over in their last 10 themselves. Give the Pacers -3.5 over 247. Next contest, Lakers, T-Wolves, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Minnesota's -4, totals 227. Now, the T-Wolves have been nearly impossible to beat in the Target Center. They're currently 13-1 straight up in their own arena. And they're also the toughest team to score against when they're at home. They're leading the league in defensive points per game on their own court. And they're facing a Lakers team who's struggled a bit over the past couple of weeks. LA lost 6 out of their last 9, and they play their worst basketball on the road. Out of 17 road games, the Lakers got the W only 6 times, and most of that is due to some poor defensive play. These guys are in the bottom 5 in the West in points allowed on the road. Now, injury-wise, LeBron and AD are questionable. Karl Anthony Towns is day-to-day for Minnesota. The T-Wolves saw unders recently against the likes of the Mavericks, Kings, and Pacers. They're also 6-3 to the under in their in-conference home games. Give me Minnesota -4, under 227. Next contest, Sixers, Bulls, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Chicago's the 2-point favorite, totals 225.5. Now, the Bulls, they've lost 2 out of their last 3. They've been pretty putrid this year on offense. They're a bottom 3 field goal shooting team. And no real surprise, these guys are also in the bottom 3 in the NBA in first half scoring. Now, they're facing a tough Philly team who plays some real physical D. These guys are in the top 5 in the East in points allowed per game. And when it comes to grabbing rebounds, they're also in the top 5 in the East in defensive boards. Tobias Harris snags a handful of rebounds per game, 17 points a night on offense. Meanwhile, Tyrese Maxey scores over 26 points a game himself. He's drilling nearly 40% of his long balls. Now, injury-wise, once again, Joel Embiid still inactive with that ankle. That's why you're seeing the Sixers catching a few points here. But the Sixers have proven they can win games without Joel. They play, I don't want to say just as good, but they play at a high level without him in the lineup. Now, for Chicago on the other side, Levine and Vucevic are still sidelined for them. Craig and Bynum are both out as well. The Bulls' last 4 straight fell under the number. Meanwhile, Philadelphia saw unders recently against the likes of the Magic, Bulls, and Hornets. Give me the Sixers +2, under 225.5. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. Going to be in that Mavs-Warriors game, 8:30 p.m. East. Golden State's -4.5, totals 241. Now, I do think the Warriors can get the job done here. They got the W in 5 out of their last 7. And they do a terrific job at second chances. This is a top 3 offensive rebounding team at home in the league. Steph Curry snags a handful of boards per game. I know a lot of people don't think of rebounds when they think of Steph, but he's grabbing a handful of boards a game. Of course, 27 points per contest on offense for Curry. And Klay Thompson, he's second on the roster in points, and he's now drilling nearly 40% of his attempts from downtown, starting to heat up after a bit of a slow start. Now, they're facing a Dallas team on the other side who's not playing very good basketball at the moment. They took the loss in 5 out of their last 7, and they're one of the worst defensive rebounding teams in the league. The Mavs are currently in the bottom 3 in the NBA in defensive boards per contest. When it comes to the injury report, Kleba and Irving are still out. Luka Doncic is questionable. Meanwhile, for Golden State on the other side, Kevon Looney is questionable for them. Gary Payton does return, however, here tonight for Golden State. Now, the Warriors have gone 60% to the over in their last 10. They also saw 7 out of their last 10 gatherings with the Mavs get over the line. So if you're into historical trends, plenty of overs to go around. Now, Dallas on the other side, they are currently 11-6 to the over in their travels. Give me the Warriors -4.5 over 241. And with that, folks, now it is time for our quick pick recap. Give me the Heat -1.5 over 227 and a hook. Raptors -4 over 230. Pacers -3.5 over 247. I'm 5-0 my last 5 daily best plays on my premium page. And the good news is I have another $1.99 daily best play going off here today. It costs just $1.99 for 30 days of service. The math works out to be just 6 cents a day. The link for my site is in my bio. Timberwolves -4 under 227. 76ers +2 under 225.5. With my next and final free pick for the video, give me the Golden State Warriors -4.5 over 241.